What happened to the physical store? Do you really want to starve everyone to death? Roadside accountants can really be seen everywhere. Didn't you see them everywhere a few years ago? Anyway, I've never seen a first-tier city like Shanghai, and it's full of 15-year-old doctors. Before 7 o'clock in the evening, the once very lively Life Square can't hit a person with a stick. Whether it's a hairdressing shop or a department store, it's basically a limitless life. What happened, and in the past few years? It's a complete face-to-belly scene. Many people say it's the fault of e-commerce. What is the reason? No matter what kind of environment we are in, as craftsmen, we should never bow our heads like cheap ones. Only doing a good job in technology is our only way out, and technology flow is the name we want to pursue. Let go of panic and anxiety, improve technology, and optimize yourself to be invincible.
With the escalation of the Sino-US trade war, China's economy is entering a deep cooling that is silent on the surface, but actually carefully. Shanghai, the largest and most prosperous city in China, used to be a busy business district, an international metropolis that people yearned for, and the highest pension in the country that people coveted. Today, this economic lighthouse, known as the Oriental Pearl and Oriental Paris, is like a flowing boat of water, carrying the dreams of thousands of people, and is slowly sinking into the abyss. Today we will talk about the story of Shanghai.
When I came to Shanghai Hongqiao Station today, I found that all the foreigners in Shanghai seem to have run away. Actually, there are no people at Hongqiao Station. This is a state at 7 o'clock at Shanghai Hongqiao Station. If it was this past Friday, it was really a sea of people. Today, this Friday, there are basically no people, and the journey was very smooth when I came here, and no one from Shanghai went anywhere. When I entered Hongqiao Station, it was also crowded with people, and it seemed that I couldn't even catch up with Danhai at ordinary times. There are really a lot fewer people. Can the base in Shanghai spend money?
How bad is the environment in Shenzhen? Do you guys really know? A video to let you recognize the reality. The Lu family in Shanghai has Chao Erwen Bar, which is just under the foot of the Oriental Pearl Tower, and next door is a bottle in Kangting. Then you can see the C position here. Everything is closed, not only here, you know today. This is also a top-level mansion with 300,000 square meters. Even these shopping malls across the road are closed. Even our richest group of people's consumption has dropped. Here, Shanghai is the most developed in China, and even the most developed in Asia. I wonder what the situation is like in the second or third cities and even counties there. Let's put them in the comments.
It should be even worse. If you gamble to death, you can't believe Shanghai now. The poorest and worst people are not street sweepers. The factory screws are made, but the surface is bright and beautiful with houses and cars, etc. I've lived in Shanghai for over 10 years, and I've dealt with banks for 8. I've met many customers who wear suits daily and drive luxury cars worth hundreds of thousands to millions, yet they meticulously budget their gas money to live here in million-dollar high-end residential areas, worried about mortgages every day. Their daily routine is not going to work, but everywhere, gathering money to pay off debts, demolishing public walls and repairing waste factories seem to indicate ownership of houses and cars, but they carry millions in debt. Monthly interest alone is tens of thousands, leaving no room for rest. Their greatest desire is to earn like ordinary people with no pressure.
Have you noticed that there are fewer and fewer people in Shanghai this year? What about after the year? It was originally the peak period for returning home, but a lot of houses can't be rented out this year. The road is quite deserted, and it can be seen that the hotter occupation is a low-cost takeaway brother, and the salary is pitiful monthly salary. How much is left after deducting the rent and utilities of 4,000? In Shanghai, do you think there is still a chance today?
Day and 1. A lone colleague was drinking tea and chatting together. He asked me if I had noticed that there were fewer and fewer people in Shanghai this year. Many houses can't be rented out. Even now, driving is not as congested as before, and there are no people on the streets, people in shopping malls. The hotel is also empty. Even the farmer's elder sister said that there are no people left now. Isn't there a statistics in Shanghai? There are more than 24 million people. Where the hell did that man go? I can't figure it out. Why did these people all leave Shanghai? Is it because they all went back to their hometown because they failed to do business? Or is it because the salary in Shanghai is too low, and you have found a more suitable job? So where did they go after leaving Shanghai? Do you know the answer?
My friend, the worst group of people in Shanghai have appeared now. A terrible phenomenon. Many around us have begun defaulting on mortgage payments. Even if he sells the house, he can't pay it back, and he has to pay several 100,000 yuan. If this goes on, there will definitely be many problems. Nowadays, many customers' wages at work have begun to be reduced, and some are even facing layoffs. They are not able to do business, and the economic environment is not good. I am selling a house in Pujiang Prefecture, the pilot area. Recently, we have had many landlords come to the door to list. I encounter a lot of things that can't afford it. Why? Under such circumstances, why do they sell their houses? They told me I entered the market at a high level a few years ago, right? Then the leverage was also relatively large, and I paid 20% to 30% by hand. This way, the interest rate was very high, and the loan interest rate was also relatively high at that time. Thinking about it, if the house price goes up, right, you can still earn a little, but now, unexpectedly, house prices have been falling. It's not that if you earn the principal, you can't keep it, and you have to lose a few 100,000 or 1 million yuan. If you sell it, you will really lose money. If you sell it, you won't be able to repay the mortgage. This is really the same thing.
Recently, the tariff war between the United States and China has intensified due to retaliatory measures by the Chinese Communist Party. Some domestic media have continued to promote the idea that China's large domestic market is a trump card against Trump, but this may not be true. Latest statistics show even Beijing and Shanghai, China's richest cities, struggle with consumption. Beijing's retail sales of consumer goods fell nearly 10% in March, and Shanghai's total retail sales of consumer goods fell 14.1% in March. These data are after the Chinese Communist government offered consumption stimulus policies, and Shanghai and Beijing also introduced plans to boost consumption actions in March. But obviously this policy has not worked very well. Many netizens also said that Shanghai is now the hardest hit area of consumption downgrade.
No wonder they say the general environment isn't good this year. Let's examine the current price situation in Shanghai.
A chestnut bag. Lightning sky.
Exploring one side of the room.
Vans is also good. A total of 6 pieces cost 341 yuan.
8 and 71, 4 and 7, which is really an intuitive consumption downgrade.
Today, I will give you an overview of Shanghai's real economy.
State.
It's more than 7 o'clock in the evening. If you have nothing to do, take a look around Guangming Street. At present, there are still very few. It really confirms the saying, how can you do this business when flashlights are more difficult to blow up than flashlights? Everyone is gone. Let's show you again. It's after 7 o'clock in the evening. Current street situation. A lot of outsiders have left in Shanghai this year, and it's not easy to rent houses now. Such a good room was not available before, so they rushed to rent it. This year, no matter how cheap it is, no one wants it. You said such a good room, although no one rents it. All empty here. It's really unfortunate at this moment.
Suddenly overnight, it seems that the whole Shanghai beach is running out for a house. Now, when friends meet, they don't want to buy your house, but to list it for you. How much has the house dropped now? People who have houses are now a joke. This year, the number of second-hand housing listings in Shanghai is the highest, reaching 220,000 units. This figure is not my nonsense. There are pictures and the truth. There are thousands of new houses added every day. It is really... I dare not even think about slowing down. My wife dropped by 1 million yuan, but no one cares about it. Then it is difficult to sell parking spaces with discounts. Before March, it was listed for 5 million, but now it is difficult to sell for 4.5 million quickly. I have to ask an agent to show me.
Given the economic downfall in Shanghai, young people face unemployment, job scarcity, and overwhelming debts. Numerous families are teetering on bankruptcy due to the economic depression. Recently, a Shanghai resident shared on overseas self-media programs about her situation. She is a native, living in an old community in Myanmar Airlines district, with her retired parents who worked in state-owned enterprises. More than a decade ago, she worked as a foreign sales manager, gazing at Pudong's high-rises over the Huangpu River. Then Shanghai is the future of China, with bright lights and unlimited opportunities. At that time, he believed that as long as he worked hard, he could create a world in Shanghai, switch houses and start a family to live a decent life. Now he's looking at the closed RT Mart and the locked shops on the deserted Nanjing Road in the street, directly in the bottom of his heart.
Shanghai's cool market conditions are indeed alarming. Folks, where are the physical stores now? The bankruptcy rate has soared beyond 70%. Imagine going shopping on a street with 100 stores a year ago and now finding only 30. These remaining stores aren't thriving but merely hanging on by a thread. The current plight of physical stores in Shanghai is that after providing enthusiastic customer service, people still take their business elsewhere, making purchases through other means. A Shanghai clothing store owner told me that during peak times, he operated 20 clothing stores in Shanghai. Now, there's only one shop left in Nanjing Road Pedestrian Street. I really can't imagine it. If there are fewer and fewer physical stores, there will actually be fewer and fewer fireworks in Shanghai. If you come shopping in Shanghai and don't have a physical store away from home, what kind of scene will it be? Brothers, it's hard to imagine.
To tell the truth, I feel that Shanghai's economy this year is even worse than that of third-tier cities. Because I work as a business license agent in Shanghai, I usually have very few customers and I'm still a bit sensitive. Then today, a colleague who is also working as a finance company in Shanghai. While chatting, he asked me if I found anything. This year, Shanghainese just have become less than usual. There are a lot of houses that can't be rented out. Usually, I can't see anyone on the street where I work and I can't see anyone in the shopping malls near us. Then even the big sister who sells vegetables said that there were fewer people. Where did all the people go? I really can't figure it out, as in...
There are fewer and fewer migrant workers in Shanghai today. Local people's life has also begun to be tight, and many of the rich people who did business and invested that day were heavily in debt and miserable. And this situation is also happening in many first-tier cities in China.
A man from Guangdong couldn't find a job for half a month. This is not gossip. It's a confirmed fact. Watch this video.
Dead 10.
How many days?
How many days?
Is it okay?
Something to find.
God!
The trade war is not only escalating, but also causing many foreign companies to increase taxes on export orders seriously. So the order volume has declined and the demand for labor has also decreased. How can you find a job?
Recently, I went for a walk around the street. Our city is a fourth-tier city. Let's take a look at this. It is the current situation of the building materials market. There is almost no one after 9 o'clock in the morning. The second video is the busiest main street in our city. Consider the plethora of brand stores located here. Right now, you have the opportunity to explore. Unfortunately, many houses are shuttered. Currently, there's a notable absence in restaurants, reluctance towards shopping malls in Daji, diminished interest in real estate, and a decline in visits to automotive dealerships. Our so-called GDP might experience further growth in the future, but how does that affect the industries most connected to our people? There's no easy solution, leaving the struggles of everyday citizens to inevitably be documented in the historical records for 2025.
Okay, that's all for today. Please remember to hit like and subscribe.